it down,
guys.
So,
Please. Oh my God, guys! This first correspondent we have coming up is actually a local hero and local sex symbol here in town. It's Colton Jones, everyone, with a special report. Give it up for Colton Jones. Oh, all right. Oh,
wow,
God.
what a crowd. Ray's here. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me back on the show. It's so nice to see everyone, of course. Nick, Mikey, and Jack especially. Jack, I think that we should touch base before I get into it, as today's topic is one that is near and dear to both of our brains.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Good. I'm good, I think.
Jack, have I told you lately that you're balding?
What the fuck?
Jack, you don't have to take that.
I mean, you're really losing it, pal. You're not quite bare skin yet, but you are certainly starting to regress. I just want you to know that you are beautiful no matter what happens to you.
Oh. I like that thing. I mean,
No matter how much hair you lose. See, look at this. Even when you are coming out of the darkness trying to scare us, you are still a handsome guy.
Thank you.
With that out of the way, I would like to present Balding in the New World, a lover's guide to the intricacies of both dating bald men and dating as a bald man, including some slight commentary on the history of baldness as it has been viewed historically.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Exactly
good.
what I was hoping this was going to be about.
Bald and beautiful, balding out of control, hairless but not useless. It's okay to be bald. Thank you. Here are some hair loss statistics. About 1 in 4 Americans are blessed with some degree of hair loss. 66% of men will experience male pattern baldness by age 35. 25% of women will suffer from female pattern baldness by age 50. We can all agree that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is gross. 95% of all hair loss is caused by genetics. That's pattern hair loss. Most of us go bald. That's just what the research says. Bald men are the lonely, isolated victims of the body positivity movement. The average person has 100,000 hairs on their head and loses 100 strands a day. Lizzo burns 10,000 calories a day dancing, but still eats enough to be my size. Yet no one has ever made fun of her ever. Anywhere. Billie Eilish was a 17-year-old girl singing deeply sexual lyrics that were ghostwritten by her older brother. Yet people only make fun of bald pedophiles like Jack Timmons.
What the fuck?
Clinical research suggests that smoking is linked to hair loss. Jack, isn't it interesting that balding is linked to something as cool as smoking?
It is.
The cyclone of shame and disgust constantly deluging itself onto the bald population is one engineered by the beauty industry to sell products. 700,000 surgical hair restoration procedures are performed every year worldwide at an average cost of between $4,000 and $15,000, which means globally people spend $52 billion a year on hair loss products. Knowing your enemy, these are hair plugs. Why are we driven to fix something that is so natural? It is because of a globalist agenda that has caused our people to retreat into plastic surgery booths and has kept lids opened for thousands of years. Speaking of lids, let's break down the different ways in which bald men have been taught to, quote, cope with their quote-unquote condition. The hat guy.
We all know.
I thought it would be best to start here with a type of self-hate that we are all familiar with, even if we are not aware. Hat guys tend to be the most common form of bald guys you will see in the wild, although due to their protective shells, you may not be aware. This is the lowest form of bald. The type of man who wears a hat to hide his bald spot has accepted defeat and is planning to live the rest of his life in an intense cycle of shame and regret. Hat guys are the worst kind of bald guy possible, often cocaine addicted and trapped in toxic relationships. They are the type of people who would rather wear a disguise outside of the house than be themselves. Imagine being so ashamed of your natural visage that you would prefer to be associated with Bass Pro Shop. Pictured below is a man who hates the way God made him.
What? Like a child.
Hat guys are signed up for a sad experience. Jewish people wear a little hat all the time because they are scared of God. Hat guys do it because they are scared of women knowing that they are bald. A hat guy...
God is a woman.
A hat for a bald guy is kind of like a woman who wears a push-up bra, except not really, because push-up bras are awesome and I fully support them. Hell yeah, dude.
I didn't know Voldemort shaved.
It's more of a boiling situation. Falsely considered the most confident form of baldness, many shavers think they have reached a nirvana-like acceptance of their hair loss. But by aiding in the complete eradication of their natural look, they actually lead into the globalist agenda to erase and shame those of us willing to rock a patterned cut. Am I right, Jack? Shavers will often have hobbies that complement their alpha male perspective on the world. Nobody who actually loves themselves eats fucking elk. Gay men who go bald are almost always part of this group. Just an observation. Much like alcoholics who desperately also want you to take a shot, shavers are the most likely to convert other bald men to their ways. By pulling proud balds down to their level of silent resignation, they hope to achieve some of the social power they sought by getting the haircut every person they know recommended they get. Shavers have actually lost most of I'm sorry. I just want to get the language right here. This is a complicated thought. It's very nuanced. Shavers have actually lost the most sexually inviting thing about their bald spot. Women see a man with a comb over and falsely think, he's all right looking, but if I could get him to shave his head, he would be quite handsome. If you shave your head as a bald man, then it will be obvious that you are always going to be exactly as ugly as you are. Fear not, soldiers. There is a way to be bald, be sexually desirable, seem confident and powerful and wise without selling your soul to our corporate overlords. What is the version of a bald man who is most powerful? The one who refuses to capitulate the beauty of his natural image. Men were made in God's image, and God has an aggressive widow's peak. That is why the most powerful and confident of bald men rock the art professor. Thank you. History is filled with men predisposed to grow their hair unevenly. Ben Franklin, Genghis Khan, Yo Mama Gandhi. All of these are powerful, intelligent pillars of art and science or politics that comfortably wore their crown of nature. It is no coincidence these are men who had abnormally high levels of testosterone in which they were deeply unashamed. Women love the art professor. This reveals the ultimate secret. Men are all deeply unattractive and off-putting to women. They hate us for real, for real. Women look for a man who is intelligent, complicated, and unbothered by the cultural hatred for male pattern baldness. The art professor wears all of these qualities on his sleeve. The art professor is masculine and endearing in the same way as Kanye West's famous pink polo.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with that. It tells all the women, I am so important, smart, and wise, and good in bed that I can literally have the worst haircut possible and you will still desire me. This is the power of a confident bald man. The affectation of the art professor combined with the sturdy erection that comes part and parcel with a bald man's increased testosterone count creates for many bald men what I have deemed the Quasimodo effect. Unattainable beautiful women finding love in a visually unlikely place. When you see a man with a healthy rim of hair around his head, he may be unappealing to witness. A naive man would hear of Esmeralda's love for the hunchback and think it is derived from a deep soul-to-soul connection and trust. But this is mostly wishful thinking. In Quasimodo, she has found a deeply loyal and subservient man who can literally fuck for hours without even getting tired. Quasimodo is a physical freak, capable of scaling the inner walls of Notre Dame in seconds. Imagine the fucking back shots he gave that sexy little gypsy. And she knows he ain't gonna be fucking around her ass. Women who are wise to the sexual endurance of the average bald man know that they can find in us a scared little boy who, again, just absolutely brings the hammer in bed and is loyal to the end. At this time, I will take questions. That's my head. Yeah, I get pussy, bro. Fuck it.
Colton
Yeah.
Jones, everybody does.
That was incredible. I didn't know bald guys could fuck like that.
Oh my God.
That's wow.
I feel like I would have stormed the Capitol after that.
Yeah.
That ruled.